Okay, we're here with Mark Wade, president of Bermuda Football Association. Mark, how happy are you with how the teams performed and acquitted themselves the first two games?
To be honest, I'm extremely happy. We've come a long way. I think I was involved with these young men as far back as 2005, 2006, and when I was a coach. And they were, youngsters then, playing at under 15, under 13. And to see them, now gravitate into the senior men's team and perform as well as they have on the international stage is very, very rewarding. So I'm over the move. I'm excited. My Gold Cup's been made.
Now, I remember, over the years, the BFA's had an emphasis on developing these guys from a young age. And you think back to the tournaments we've had at the stadium, where under 15 tournaments, where we had teams like Porto and Glasgow Rangers, among others, who've come. How has that helped shape where we are now?
Well, I think those sort of experiences, playing against teams who are in professional environments, teams who you don't know and you have to, change tack in games, sometimes change tactics, has all kind of experiences have built on each other. And these players have been through the full gambit of it. They've played the Clyde Bass tournament, they've played the invitationals, they've been off island to play in the Dallas Cup and Minnesota Cup. So they've had some really, really good experiences that have kind of laid the foundation for the success that we're seeing today.
Now, what's your expectation that's going to happen on Monday night?
I'm going to stop short of predicting a victory, but I'm expecting the team to do very, very well.
Yeah. So I know you may stop short of predicting a victory, but I see some of the betting punters now. They must not want to be taking a bath on Monday.
Sure.
But they've switched, and not everyone, but a lot now made Bermuda the favorite for the game. What sort of reflection, you've changed those guys into sort of believers?
Well, definitely. That's the word I'll use. I think we've changed some people into believers in Bermuda. Certainly the betting houses are believers now, and I think there's some believers in Bermuda and outside of Bermuda. And hopefully it turns into opportunities for our players.
Yeah. When you talk about opportunities, you mean like them getting contracts to go overseas?
Absolutely. We're certainly looking to have more and more players overseas. That's some more experiences that are beneficial to Bermuda. It's also, for me, getting Bermuda some notoriety that we can produce some good players. I saw a post from, I think it was Caribbean Football, which talked about how all of our players are homegrown players, which is a testament to coaches in Bermuda, really. There's grassroots coaches that are, working every Saturday with these young men. I think, we've gotten some believers out there, and hopefully we've got people that want to give our players more and more opportunity.
Besides the players themselves, what do you hope the team does between now and us facing Panama and Mexico in the fall?
I really want them to absorb and retain all of the experiences, learn the lessons that they will have, should have taken on board. They need to kind of let that all bed in, so that it turns into stronger performances, longer performances. Playing throughout the 90 minutes is some of the lessons they learned, so that we can get something out of those games as well.
Yeah, you saw that growth from the first game to the second game.
Yeah.
The determination was held up over 90 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. So we've seen how they've learned over 4 days. So let's see that they can learn even more once they've had time to really sit down and absorb the experience. How much more they pick up. And it's not just the players, it's the coaching staff, it's all the administrators. What have we learned? And what have our protocols? We'll review them. We'll look at what it is that we're doing, what do we need to retain, what we need to improve on. Because the performances don't just start and end with the players. There's the whole backroom operation, right, administrative as well, that we've all got to learn as well, so we can perform at a higher level.
I mean, besides the 13 man's and woman staff.
Yeah.
That's with the team, but look, there's things that are going back on at the Clyde Best Center of Excellence that help
Sure.
set all the whole foundation.
Yeah, there's tons of things going back in, tons of people involved. Because at the end of the day, our focus is to make sure that all the players do is concentrate on playing football. And if we can do that, we can see better performances on the pitch. So yeah, we've got some things that we know we've looked at and said, well, we can improve on this and we can do this a little better. I'm sure the coaching staff have done a few things, so we will of course have a debrief that will kind of capture all of that as well.